Good morning, students. Welcome back. Today we will begin second poem, Fire and Ice, written by the same poet, Robert Frost. As we go through the name Fire and Ice, both the words have a lot of contradictions. As we can say that both the words are also opposite to each other, as fire and ice. But here the poet talks about few qualities of fire and about ice, but which are actually related to us. Fire and ice, these types of quality we all human beings have in our self. Here in the beginning, the poet gives a prediction that the world is going to end, but end in two different ways. The poet believes that the world is going to end with fire, and he also predicts that the world is going to end through ice. But here the poet has different meanings for ice as well as hatred. Here the poet says that fire is depicted with the meaning of greed, desire, lust, etc. These are the qualities of fire, and the poet says that these qualities human beings have in themselves. Here he says that fire is just close to desire. Desire is, you might all be knowing the meaning of desire is something that you want, and the greed continues one after the other. You want everything. Once you get one thing, you want the next, then the next, and this is known as deep desire. It is associated with the word fire in the poem. The other word ice, it has a meaning of hatred. As we know that ice doesn't have anything to do with hatred. Yet, as the ice, if it comes in contact with even human body for a long time, the part of the human body becomes numb. Means it becomes without any feeling. You feel numb, as if the part of the body is not working, the part of the body is not alive. That is known as numb, N-U-M-B, numb. So here ice, as the poet says that if human beings have the quality of hatred, it is associated with the word ice. Coldness, ice also is very cold, and we say that he is a cold person, means he doesn't have much feeling. Rigidity also is one of the word. So here one becomes insensitive towards feeling of others. He doesn't feel pain or any other feelings about the human beings. That is known as hatred. We start hating someone. We don't feel for someone others. The hate is actually silent, and love has its own meaning. We can see love, but we cannot see hatred, because hatred has a quality of silence. People hate, but they don't tell you. So here the poet has given two different words for the poem, and he wants to explain that if the world is going to end, it is going to end through either fire, and if it ends for the second time, the word the poet has used here is perish. Perish means die, end. So here he says that if the world is going to end for the second time, then it would end through ice. So we'll go through the poem line by line. Here we go through the poem. The first line says, some say the world will end in fire. Here the poet says some say, means he believes that there are lots of people who think that the world is going to end through fire. Some say. Next line, some say in ice. He says that lots of people do think that the world is also going to end in through ice. Third line, for what I have tasted of desire. See, here the word is used, desire. For what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. And here the poet says that I hold with those who favor fire, means I too believe. I am with all those people, those who believe that the world is going to end with fire. So in a way, the poet, in the first paragraph, there are only 4 lines in the first paragraph. The poet says that I favor those people, those who say that the world is going to end with fire. So here we come to the end of the first paragraph, and here the poet says that the world is going to end through fire due to the desires that we have in our heart, the deep desires, the negative feelings. Now we come to the next paragraph. It has 5 lines. But if it had to perish twice, now here the poet says that okay, the world has perished once, but if by any means the world has to perish, to die for the second time, then for the second time, I think I know enough of hate. Poet knows that there is lots of hate in the world, lots and lots of hate that can perish the world. As we know that the world, there are lots of people, those who hate between countries, hate between religion, hatred between friends, relatives, etc., etc. So the poet says that there is lots and lots of hatred also. And this, the second line, I think I know enough of hate, means the poet knows that there is lot of hatred in the world, and hatred is also one of the quality. To say that for destruction, ice is also great. In the third line he says, to say that the destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. The meaning of suffice is be sufficient. So the poet says that not only fire but ice is also sufficient to destroy the world. And here ice, as the meaning, the poet says it is hatred, coldness, rigidity, as I told you in the beginning of the poem that it is hatred. So hatred is also enough for the world to perish again, to die. And these both the things, as we know that fire spreads very quickly, fire spreads quickly. Same way, when there are ice storms, they too are very rapid and they can destroy a large portion. So the same thing, both spread rapidly and would end either way, means the world is going to end either by fire or by ice, but it is going to end. So these are the two things that through which the world is going to end, and what Robert Frost believes. So this is just again a very short and a simple poem. We come to the end of the poem. Go through it once again, read it. There are no more much difficult words in the poem, so you will understand it. Thank you very much, and I'll give you the questions of the poem number 1 that we had done previously, Dust of Snow, and Fire and Ice later on. Thank you very much.